Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Paving the Lowcountry. Stephen, Kevin, and Jay here from Lowcountry Paver, and today we're very excited. We have a very special guest, Ashley Bennett with in-lite. We're going to talk to you today about how to incorporate outdoor lighting and hardscape lighting into your next project. Let's get into it. Kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and go from there.
Okay, thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, I've been in the landscape lighting industry for just about 8 years, 6 years with a previous manufacturer and going on 2 years with in-lite now.
Yeah. So what do you like most about your career so far with in-lite?
Well, I came to in-lite. I resigned from my previous manufacturer just because of in-lite, because I saw the product, I found it, and I saw how unique this product was, and I had never heard of them before, but the fixtures were totally modern, totally European. It was just something completely different from what I'd seen at other trade shows that I've been at. And, I started doing research on them and hearing about the growth. And it was just, like I said, a completely new product. So I wanted to be a part of that. And they were just busting into the States and really into North America. And, yeah, I just wanted to be a part of that growth.
So
something unique.
How far, I guess, has in-lite kind of gotten into the U.S. so far? Are we just talking East Coast, worldwide, or nationwide? Or
we are definitely we're definitely nationwide. We've got several large accounts out west in California. I know the Kardashians have in-lite.
Name drop.
But I think the majority of our business is right now is going to be on the East Coast and the Midwest. We have a large presence in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and a lot of the Northwest, and now moving down pretty strong here in the Southeast.
Sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you describe a little bit your role with in-lite as far as what it is title-wise and what all you do?
So my role is a business development manager here in the Southeast, and I work with contractors and distributors helping to grow their business with outdoor lighting.
Yeah. No. What do you see with the contractors and dealers you work with as far as outdoor lighting? Are there apprehensions, or do you see most people already doing it? Or what kind of...
A little bit of both.
Okay.
There are, a handful of guys that I meet and gals that are just hesitant because it's got to do with electricity.
Right.
95% of our products are low voltage lights, 12-volt light. So you don't need an electrical license to do this work. You plug our transformers into a standard GFCI outlet, and you don't need a license to do that.
That's big with me. I just actually... yesterday, had one of my electrician friends come fix some breakers in my house. Two bad ones that were, and I'm like, he's in there, he doesn't even flip the switch off. He's like, I'm like, are you not going to turn the main power off? He's like, no, I'm pro.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
I would
think
not.
that freaks
I'll
people
mess
out.
with 12-volt batteries, like boat batteries, car batteries like that. House electricity, no.
Yeah.
Staying away from it. So yeah, the 12-volt system is big. It's low voltage system is a huge selling point.
Yep. And we also recommend that guys install our systems with it live. So we recommend you plug the transformer in, you go ahead and you run your cable from it, and you hook up the lights while the transformer's on. That way, once they come on, you've made the contact.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
And then you don't have to dig it back up.
Exactly.
If it's out.
Yep.
And I'll say too, I think that's one of the most important factors of a contractor that's going to get into this as an offering is being prepared and planning ahead. Your lights are already easy to use, but if you plan ahead of time, they're even easier to install. And I think that's very important for our guys. They're installing pavers, they're preparing base, they're building walls, they're gluing caps. So if you can plan the site out and predetermine where you're putting these lights, you can run the lines pretty seamlessly. Now, you guys offer a service, and I'm hoping you can touch on that a little bit. Some guys are not really understanding how to design a lighting package. So talk to us about what you guys can offer and how you can help, and give some recommendations to our guys.
So right now we have a part of our company is called in-lite Lab, and we're giving right now 2D and 3D lighting designs completely free. So if the guys have the plans for the job they're working on, master plans, site plans, we ingest that and we will completely design your lighting project. That comes with the lighting design. It comes with the cable runs, which show the connections where if you need a splitter, recommended lighting. And then we give that in a PowerPoint presentation that your client can present to their client. It's got all the specifications of the product, the designs. The 3D has a 3D rendering of what the project looks like with the lights without and with the lights. So it's pretty impressive. It's an amazing selling tool that is finally starting to catch on, and guys are starting to use it, and they're telling me that it is helping them to sell the job.
No, absolutely. I mean, and that's why I wanted to make sure to bring it up as a selling point for our contractors. I mean, you're adding so much value for your client and to your business by offering this. For sure. And you show them a 2D design, you show them a 3D design, and they say, wow, this is what it's really going to look like. And you're like, yeah, we're going to make this happen.
For sure. All they have to do is buy the product, follow the guidelines, and they've got a beautiful project.
And so with that design, you're telling them where to place a path light, where to place a recess light, where to place a wall light, where to put your connectors, your extenders, the splitters, everything.
Yep.
That's awesome. And do you prepare, does it also come with like a list of products? So from that plan, it'll say, okay, these are all the products you need to purchase.
Yep, and it'll have the specification beside each product explaining how many you need, the volt amps, everything that's specified there.
That's huge.
Cool. Yeah. And then you show that to the homeowner. And
what does a installer need to provide to you?
Just the plans.
Just the plans?
Yep, that's all they would need.
And a budget?
We'll give them that.
Fair enough.
And we can make tweaks on it if it's out of it's out of their budget. We can alter it. I think you get like one revision before you have to start paying for them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, once you get that master plan, you can always have that conversation with your client and reduce as needed. I mean, you should be pretty in tune with what your client's budget are and also what their expectations are. So I think if you have that conversation,
and that definitely helps. They can give me that, and I can provide that to our design team, and they'll go off of that.
Yeah, perfect.
I wanted to get into I guess the product specifically. I know this is pretty new to Lowcountry Paver. Give us a rundown of what specific products you see popular within your lineup. I know we have a few that I've stuck around here.
Yep, and those are some of the popular. I would say, and I don't know if I like saying it, but in-lite is probably most known for their recessed lights and their undercap lights. Perfect. We have lights for every application, but you don't see, at least in my years, I haven't seen a lot of recessed lights that are the size of ours, which can be put into pavers. I've seen guys put the little small one, they'll double up on one paver, they'll put 2, 3, just for a unique look, something completely different that our competitors can't really offer.
And that's a 60 millimeter light, right?
Correct.
Super creative with these.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it did.
And those are called the Fusion. They have more of a diffused lens. We also have in that size, both of those sizes, called the Hive, and it's got a diamond cut lens, which gives a sparkle effect. So I've seen a lot of guys using those for the starlight effects, scattered all over privacy walls, even drives. I know there was a job in Charlotte that had over 400 of the 60 and 22s throughout their driveway.
That's incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So the Fusion's the larger size, and then the Fusion 22 is the mini version. Mm-hmm. Now, the beauty of these products, they can be cut right into our pavers. Yep. And you guys also supply a drill bit.
We do.
To fit those particular diameters.
We have we sell the diamond cut. The diamond cut bits as well as the Forstner bits for decking.
Oh, beautiful. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was mentioning before we started recording. I just wanted to highlight it again. I love these as an idea for a driveway when it's raining out at night. Line them down the edges of a long paver driveway so you can see. Yep. You're not running into your landscaping. You're not running into your grass and tearing it up.
With that, they're not going to give you that runway that airport runway look. They're not super bright where it's going to look like
Just a guy, just something
it's
faint.
It's not going to blind you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't want that airport runway. I hear that so many times.
Yeah.
And we also have those, that is the silver. We call it the RVS, which is the Dutch abbreviation for stainless steel. But we also have different color rings for it.
Perfect.
Black and
Yeah, that's awesome.
Whatever you need to.
Yeah. I know, Kevin, I think that's a great segue because one of the things I want to touch on and we can have an open discussion about is why outdoor lighting, why hardscape lighting, why should you incorporate this? And I think it's beneficial for our customers to hear so that when they have that conversation with their client, they're well equipped to sell it. So, some main talking points as far as, if I'm a hardscape contractor, why do I want my client to have these lights or hardscape lights in general? And you guys talked about the pathway lights for the driveway safety, huge concern, right?
100%. Yeah.
Illuminating the driveway so you don't run off the driveway, illuminating dark paths so you know exactly where you're walking. You're marking paths to mark direction so people know for a commercial application, hey, you're supposed to walk this way.
Yeah.
Or, hey, this is dark, don't walk this way.
Yep.
So,
And I think during COVID was the biggest time in my years of selling outdoor lighting. Everyone was staying at home and couldn't go out. So they had these dark backyards, so that's when we saw a lot of landscape lighting. It was blowing up during the COVID years, and that's to add to your point is the safety. Being able to enjoy their outdoors, it definitely ups the value of the property as well.
yeah.
There's many factors for it,
Right.
and you can get creative with it. We've got the color changing lights as well. With our app, you can set different themes for color changing. So you could set it to 4th of July or Christmas or Halloween or, and then all you have to do is open the app and push the theme that you've created, and it changes the atmosphere of your home instantly.
And that's awesome. I mean, and what we're here to do in this world is build functional spaces. Sure. And I think by illuminating them with these hardscape outdoor lights, you're really bringing a depth to the space where you can use it longer. You're increasing the value, and you're specifically shining lights on particular elements of a job too.
Yeah.
If there's a pool or there's a fountain.
Yep. Outdoor kitchens.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Undermount lights on caps. Like there's a lot of variety you can do there.
I think a lot of people don't think about lighting in their outdoor spaces until that one time when they're hosting like
a party,
and they have a little fire going out back, and the only light they have is the floodlight on the back of their house, and it's just way too bright.
Yep.
You still can't see anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So getting people to think about that prior to those times, and just have that space that's really professionally done and looks good aesthetically, and makes you want to go outside. Super important.
Yep. 100%. And it's really not that expensive to get lighting. We tell guys after we'll do a design for them that you don't have to do it all at once. You can break this up in phases. You can do the front yard once and then come back and add on to the backyard. You don't have to splurge all and do it at the same time. But it's really affordable for what you get.
That's a benefit of the low voltage system is you're not going to have to run
a ton of conduit or switches.
All at one time, so you can kind of build it out modularly and work on it as you go.
Yep. With our smart transformers, they are Bluetooth, and you can mesh networks. Got a Bluetooth mesh network, so you can put up to 8 of the transformers on to one job. So it's very easy to add on.
And that's through an app.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about your hub very quickly, because I know it's a great product, and like you said, it's Bluetooth. But I think one of the major points, which we talked about earlier, is that you can control all the lights from the app at one time, and you don't have to go through each individual light to change it. You can do it all through an app. So.
Correct. The Smart Hub 150. We also have a Smart Hub 300 now. They do control our colored lights as well as all of our lights. But to use our color changing lights, you have to have the Smart Hub. They won't work with any other transformers. But you do get 3 zones. And like you said, you can go into each zone and you can change the color of a light individually, or you could change that entire zone.
Yeah.
All at once.
Yeah, all at once.
No, that's great.
We also have the Wi-Fi bridge, so you can connect this to the homeowner's router inside, and that will give the homeowner option to control their system from anywhere in the world. It will update their transformer automatically. You can sync it also to Alexa, Google Home, Apple HomeKit. So
That's
you
pretty
can,
sweet.
Yeah, you can incorporate it with your smart home.
Yeah.
Your outdoor lighting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's the trend, right? Like people want to control everything about their home from anywhere in the world.
And that makes it so you can set timers and everything on it.
Yep. You don't need the Wi-Fi bridge to set the timers. That's already included with the app if you use the Smart Hub. But say you're in Japan or something, and I don't know, your Ring, gives you an alert or something. You can go onto your phone and just click your lights on, flash on. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, somebody's home. I should leave. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's a great knowledge to have. And also, again, another selling point.
For sure.
As a contractor. So beautiful. We talking about your Smart Hub. It also comes with an app that's downloadable. Mm-hmm. Tell me about some of the capabilities of that app and what you see some guys using it for.
So another good thing about our app is the guys will go in, they'll download the app, they'll connect it to the Smart Hub through Bluetooth, and they can set up the entire system for the homeowner, every zone, every light, all the themes, the timers, everything they want to do. The homeowner downloads the app, and then there's a share button. So you can create a code, and you send this code to the homeowner. They type it into the app, and voila, they've got that entire system created right there. So a lot of smart systems you have to do on the homeowner's phone. You have to grab their phone and go through it, and that's an issue. I know through some of the competitors, that's what you had to do, is use the homeowner's phone to set everything up, and that's personal stuff.
Yeah, security issue there.
Yeah. So I think the ability of being able to set it up on your phone, share a code, they have it, very easy.
Seems very seamless.
Doesn't have to stumble through.
Right.
Trying to set it up themselves if they don't want to give their phone over to have an installer or a stranger essentially
right. Like
in their phone,
a few hours on their phone.
Free range, guys. So looking at your Fusion, you can use it for paths, you can use it for driveways. Can you talk a little bit, give us some tips and tricks on how to install it, but also talk about the durability and how well it holds up for those particular applications?
Sure. So those are the recessed lights. They have an IP rating of 67, which is going to prevent rain, dirt getting into them because they are integrated fixtures. So the lamp comes inside with it. It's included. So it's got a high IP rating. We also sell the bits to install this, like we discussed. But I've seen a lot of guys, what they will end up doing is when you drill the hole, I've seen guys go slight angles. And if you do that, you have to hammer the fixtures down after you drill the hole. Mm-hmm. If it's at a slight angle at all and they hammer those in, it will crack the base. And that's how water starts getting in and ruins the light. So you have to make sure that when you're drilling these holes, you're coring these, you have to go straight 90 degrees. Yep, straight up and down. And they come with a little tapping plate, a little plastic plate that goes on top of it. You bang it in with a rubber hammer, and that's it.
Perfect. Yeah. And that's where your drill bit probably comes super in handy because it's built specifically for that product.
We also have concrete sleeves that we make that are machined. I think those are they're 2-inch PVC pipes, but we machine the outsides of them so the lip that will hang over the side of it so you don't have any of the PVC showing. Those are great for put them in driveways. When there's concrete applications, a lot of guys will use the sleeves, and it makes the install a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, our customer are not only designers, but they're installers, pool installers, deck builders. We're selling to that gamut of products and customers. So.
They love the strip light, man, because of the size, the dimensions, versatility.
How is that secured to a hardscape surface, that strip light typically?
It comes with you could do it a couple of ways. Our guys do it using just an adhesive, but it also comes with a mounting track
Okay.
That you put under the top of the wall,
Yep.
under the cap.
Yep, and it's got pre-cut holes in it. It comes with the hardware, so you mount your track first, and then
Slide it in.
Yep, slide it in.
Perfect. Yeah.
You know, they also have a IP rating of 68, so guys are using this in the coping of pools and under waterfalls. It can get plenty of splashbacks, just not to be submerged. I think it's 30 minutes. It can't be submerged.
Okay.
But
on a waterfall
Yep,
or like
yep,
a pond
totally
feature,
fine. Yep.
as long as it's not submerged. It works
Exactly.
perfectly
Yeah.
well. Cool.
Yeah, and they're beautiful. They love the dimensions of it. It's called the Evo Flex for a reason. Very flexible. You can custom cut it out in the field per inch because a lot of them are bulky. They're bulky,
Yeah.
blocky, and
Oh,
ours
and
is-
chintzy too.
Yes.
Like I mean, a lot of them are, manufactured elsewhere, not the highest quality.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people with those similar strips in their home, and they
Yeah.
just never
Yep.
look that great
Yep.
all the time. So
Yep. When we do trade shows, it's one of the most popular product. That and the recessed. I mean, guys
Yeah.
always come up and they're raving about the different uses for the Evo Flex, our strip light, and our recessed lights. That's So a lot of guys I see at our trade shows, they really like our strip light. We call it the Evo Flex. Very versatile strip light, and I think they like it just because of the dimensions. One of the reasons is because of the dimensions. It's 18 millimeters thick. We sell it in 1, 2, and 3 meters, so it's 3, 6, and 9 feet. You can also get the color changing in 1 meter, 2 meter, or 5 meter. Yeah.
that's awesome. Now, with the color change in particular, what kind of color spectrum? Like, can they get some obscure blue or
For sure. It comes with inside the app, there's a color wheel.
Okay.
So you can scroll through and make whatever color you want, and you can save those colors as well, so you can access them at any time.
That's awesome.
You can dim them. You can add white light. You can take out the white light. So there's a lot of different options with our color changing.
That's awesome. So people, homeowners and clients can potentially build out their own themes.
Yep.
They want to
yeah.
celebrate July 4th a particular way
Yep.
with a particular zone color. They can accomplish that.
It's so user friendly. I hate to throw my wife under the bus, but she is technically challenged. She had no problem turning on the system. All I did is send her the app, shared the code with her, and she could control everything instantly. It's that easy. It's very user friendly.
So you can share the code in the app within the same household then. You
can, yep.
That's awesome. So
Yep.
the
Multiple
husband
users.
and wife or spouses can both have apps,
Yep.
share it with them, and then they can both control it.
Absolutely.
That's cool. Yeah.
So we're talking about like some of the different, I guess, applications, that are popular. What do you see like being the most popular, right now? And then I guess maybe some stuff that you wish was more popular that you like
Sure.
seeing out there in the field.
I think that the hardscape and the decking application is extremely popular with us right now with our style of fixtures. We're trying to tap more into the electrical niche. We don't have that many electricians, I guess, using the product, but hardscape, decking, this is where our design help, our in-lite lab can help, because these guys know their decks, they know how to do the hardscape, but they're sometimes have a challenge doing the landscape lighting. But the homeowner wants that. They don't just want their hardscape and their deck done. They want sometimes the entire yard. So
Right.
we've been able to help these guys out with designing the entire yard, so they can add that to their bid.
Yeah, I think that's a great point too. Is like obviously we're advocating for hardscape lights, but you are a full landscape lighting company.
Exactly.
So you offer spotlights, particularly the mini
Uplights,
scope,
downlights, yeah.
uplights. The mini scope's very popular for an uplight option. You were telling me earlier it also can be detached
Yep.
and embedded, right?
All of our uplights, we call them the scopes. We have a new one coming out that's called the microscope, mainly for planters and maybe some tall grass. But we have the mini scope, and then the scope, the big scope narrow, big scope. But they come with a tool that you can take the stake off of it and use the attached L bracket as a downlight. So
Right.
I know guys will attach them onto the side of gazebos and pergolas and even use them as moonlighting. It just shows another reason why our products are so versatile. You know,
Yeah,
you can use
absolutely.
them in several different applications.
One product can either be an uplight or downlight, and that's pretty significant.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thing I
And
will
they're
say-
integrated, so you don't, you know, there's no water that's going to get into it. So usually when you're doing a downlighting, that's the concern.
Yeah.
There's going to be
Water
Yep.
trickling over it
Yep.
from the backside. Right.
One thing I will say, handling these, you know, I've done some stuff with like Lowe's lighting in the past, and they're usually plastic and cheap. These feel like Apple products. And honestly,
I don't know if we're
like,
allowed to
feel
say that. We're the Apple of
Why
lighting. I'm just messing with you.
Like
Like a
it's
MacBook.
heavy and dense and it
Substantial.
Feels robust.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
it's an anodized aluminum. I've looked that up, and that is an excellent material for saltwater air. I have a guy that was
What my fly fishing gear is made out of.
Well, there you go. And perfect for the Lowcountry. We're smothered in salt air. so,
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, particular products. I see we have one of your path lights, the Live Low. Are there other path light options that you particularly like?
Yeah.
Or,
Another popular one we have is the Sway.
Yeah.
You've seen that.
yeah, that's awesome.
It's got several different sizes as well. It's got more of a bendable stem.
Does it actually sway? Because I was
for sure.
curious about
For
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It looks like little fireflies out in the garden, and we have different sizes. So guys will use the sway low, and kind of stagger them back and forth. As the
Right.
breeze comes through, they start dancing, and it looks like you've got little
Yeah.
fireflies.
So you get really creative with
Oh
with
yeah,
these.
yeah. It's completely different lighting than a lot of our competitors. It's just unique, you know. It's
Yeah.
different style. Also, I will say, a lot of guys that know lighting know this, but all of our fixtures have a CRI that is 90 plus. CRI stands for Color Rendering Index. The best way I can explain it is that the sun is measured at 100 CRI. All of our fixtures are above 90. So it best replicates what your eyes see at night as they do during the daylight.
So it's a more natural light.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And it's like and I've compared like a high CRI to a low CRI in the 80s, and you can definitely see the difference. It better defines the subject that you're watching. You should check it out. Put a low CRI to a high CRI, you can 1,000% tell the difference. And guys that understand lighting, when I tell them that, they're like, "Wow, that's awesome."
So that's just to make things look more natural.
Yep.
Instead
Yep. So
of
when you put
illuminating it.
that high CRI into a flower bed with all those colors, you see that at night.
That's
So you're
awesome.
seeing
Yeah.
the true vibrancy and
Exactly.
true color of
Yep.
the,
It's,
like
it's
some-
like
of the
4K.
landscape. Yeah.
Instead of some random LED lights that just they wash everything out with
And
blue
it
light.
looks orange.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got like an orange haze to it. This is
Yeah.
more of a clear, defined. And like I said, it's like 4K lighting. The higher
awesome.
the CRI.
Good to know.
Our highest, our disc is a rated 98 CRI.
Yeah.
That's about as high as it gets.
That's pretty good. I will say about the sway is I saw you had a sway table option, which
Oh yeah,
that
that's
thing
new.
looks pretty sweet.
A lot
Yeah.
Yep. You use it for a grill light too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that guys are using those just as like an add-on. They'll do the entire project, and they'll just add the sway table at the end, just like thank you. And
So as a gift.
Yep.
Pretty much. That's
Yep.
cool. Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it. That's
Yeah.
set yourself apart.
Right. And the product itself looks awesome
It's
in
really cool.
application.
Yeah.
So,
No, I could see the sway lights being like really cool at any of the restaurants that are on the water. With like a little bit of live music in the
Ambiance.
background.
yeah.
Get the
Just
ocean
people out
breeze
at the
blowing
bar,
through, swaying.
hanging out. Yeah, the ocean breeze
Yeah.
coming in. Just a little low light that seems to
Yeah.
go with the breeze.
sure.
That sounds like a good time to me.
Yep.
I mean, they're mood setters, and I think that's how they should be used as well when you're building and designing a hardscape and outdoor living package.
Yeah.
Is these lights are going to enhance that project 100%. You're creating outdoor living space, and these lights are just adding to that aura. You're just amplifying what you want that project to be, and I think that's why it's important that we talk about these things.
Yep.
All right, so we know that some of our hardscapers could kind of be intimidated by the installation process, how to make the connection. They don't want a lot of loose wires hanging around. I see you have one of your connectors here. Tell us about how easy this is to use, and just talk to us.
Sure. So with every fixture comes what we call the Easy Lock, and this is our patented connector. Inside the Easy Lock has a dielectric grease. It's a dielectric silicone mixture, and there's 6 metal teeth in there that are kind of staggered back and forth. But when you put this clip on the wire, those metal teeth will puncture the cable jacket, and you twist down the top, releases the dielectric grease, makes it watertight. So then all you do is you plug it into your fixture, and you're done. There's no more having to splice wires, use wire nuts, tape it. It's all here in the Easy Lock. And I know that these are installed all over Canada. They're installed all over the Northeast. And they've held up. They figured out the science to these Easy Locks, and it makes the install so much easier, so much faster, and they hold up in the harshest climates in the world. So I think just that's some of the value in our product is the time that it takes to install using the Easy Lock. It's a game changer.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Now, do you all offer any type of warranty on the Easy Lock? So tell me about that.
So all of our products have a 5-year warranty, bumper to bumper. I try to get guys to troubleshoot, but yeah, we cover if there's a problem, we'll take care of it.
That's awesome.
That's huge.
Yeah, no more stripping, splicing, cutting, capping.
Yep.
Not only do you not have to know how to do all of those different things,
right.
You don't have to take the time to
Right.
do any of those things.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, it's just all one.
we
And
also
that's a
have
splitter.
Yep, we also have we call the CC2. So if you've got your main run coming through, and you wanted to tap off of the main run and go over to the rose garden or to the bar area or the pool, you can use the CC2, run a separate cable through it, and it branches off of your main run. So, and it's very similar to the Easy Lock, works the same way, it has the dielectric grease in it. It's really just like a Easy Lock times 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we found that it takes 10 seconds to do an Easy Lock, install one of our fixtures using the Easy Lock, where it takes about 2 minutes for a well-trained lighting tech to cut,
strip, splice.
Yep. Use wire nuts. So, I mean, just think how much time you save.
Oh, and this makes it so much more approachable and easier for our contractors.
That as well. You can get a guy that's right out of high school, teach him one day how to use our product. He's got it down.
And he's a light installer.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Paving the Lowcountry. Thanks, Ashley, for coming in and talking to us about some outdoor lighting options with in-lite. Welcome you back on the next episode in a few weeks here. So stay tuned.